Hi everyone, this is Susan. Welcome back to Paper Craft Possibilities. Today we're going to be continuing to work in Sweet Memories, the scrapbooking workshop, and it's going to be a pretty simple page today. So let me roll the intro and I'll be right back with you. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be continuing to document into my heritage album that is kind of covering my life, so I can leave that for my children and grandchildren when I'm no longer here. One of those things you start thinking about the older you get. So I wanted to kind of tell my own story, and I will continue to work on my family books also. But today we're going to be working here, and I've got one of the decorative papers. I'm going to be working on this side, and this is on the opposite side, and you saw me use this a couple videos ago in another video, but we're just going to cut this down just a little here. Let me get my paper cutter here. I'm going to cut this down. It's right now 12 inches. I'm going to cut this down to, let's say 11 and a half. Just to take a little bit off each side. I want that white border. You'll notice here in this picture, I've already mounted this on some daisy white cardstock and some Mink, which is a paper that comes in the workshop. So let's cut this down again. So I'm just cutting off at two sides at 11 and a half and 11 and a half. Hang on to these scraps. All right, I had a few computer issues. Let me make sure we're working. I think we are. All right, the last part we left off at was I had cut this periwinkle paper down by a half an inch on two of the sides. Let me grab my Versamat here. It worked much better here when I can see the measurements. So let me give a little, let's open it up. Let's give a little glue down here just to kind of keep things in place while I'm working. And that's down. So I'm not going to put this down yet because I'm going to do some measuring. I think there's a few things I want to do beforehand. I want to put this down, which is one of the zip strips or the branding strips from the sides of the decorative paper. And then I think what I want to do is I've cut some ribbon and I want to lay that, trying to keep the page real feminine. Let me put some of these things off screen so it doesn't distract. I want to take this and lay over here and then hook it on the back of the page. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this and cut this off just a little. And then I'm going to turn it over and hook it around on the back of the periwinkle. So now there's one other thing I need to be concerned with. There are these little pie shapes that come in the workshop. And again, they're already cut out for you. So I want them at the top of the page. So if I do that, then I'm gonna want, let's have this come down a little bit more. So I think I want the bottom of this zip strip, so the bottom of it to come right at the 6-inch mark. So let me get that situated. And then we're going to come in and put these aside for a minute. Remember, on your zip strips on the back, it'll tell you all the paper colors. See if I can show you there. It'll show you all the paper colors that are in that collection. So let's make sure, kind of set this periwinkle where we want it. And then I'm going to add this on to the 6-inch mark. and the 6" there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of this off here. All right, there we go. Okay, oops, wrong piece. This piece, I'm just going to turn around and I'm going to glue it from behind. So let me just put a piece of little tiny glue so I know where it's going to stay at, just a little. I'm going to take this off the Versamat for a minute so I don't get any glue on that paper. Okay. Think we're good right there. I'm going to hold it there for a minute because that'll tell me where I need to turn it over and attach it on the back. Okay, put a little bit of this tape here. All right, I think put a little bit more here. Okay, and the picture's gonna lay over this, so I'm not terribly concerned about that part. So let me get this tape down. Whoa. So we want to come down about 1/4 of an inch up here, 1/4 of an inch here. We want to come in 1/4 of an inch. So 1/4 of an inch here, 1/4 of an inch there. I think we're good there. Okay. So this is going to go in here, but first what I want to do is I want to take these are little pie shapes, and I want to make sure we're right in the center here with these. So we've got 6 inches here, which is where we want to be. So let me get these tacked down. It's very interesting for me to look up the stats on when I was born. I'd forgotten all those details. You know, your mom tells you ages ago about how much you weighed when you were born, that kind of thing. I'd forgotten all that information. So it's very interesting. I'll share that with you in a moment. I am a California girl through and through. That's where I was born. And let's see. I'll put that right in there. Whoops, it's not very even. There we go. Anyways, I spent most of my life in California until 2 years ago. And I spent most of my time in my life in Orange County. So, oh, I just realized I did an error. Let me correct my error here. How many of you saw me doing that before I even realized what I had done? Good thing this doesn't stick a whole lot right away. Okay, here we go. Let's bring that in just a little, line it up with the 6. Much better. Now I pull this one up, bring it down on screen. having a problem with my camera staying where I put it when I start making a video. So I'm trying very hard to keep you all on screen, but I have a feeling I'm gonna have to rig something up. Let me put a little bit of glue under here. I just kind of did a little bit of a, I bent it a little, so I want to make sure that it's glued down. Hold that down for a minute. There we go. Okay. There's that one. Okay, so I'm gonna want to put that in there. And then I've got a lot of little pieces that I'm thinking I want to use. If you can see my little pile here. I've cut out some more doilies. And again, I think I want to cut this in half. I'm gonna fold it in half, just so I know where to cut. And this is from a set called, oh, I forgot, something doilies. And I just looked online yesterday and it was still available. So I will link it down below for you. So I kind of like how that follows the circle there. Let's see if we can get the other one to match up maybe a little. That actually looks pretty good. I'm not too keen on this raw edge over here though. Maybe I could put something over that raw edge. Let me rethink this. Okay, we have some other doilies here that I've die cut. My little stash of embellishments over here. I don't want to cover up too much of this really pretty paper. I really like it. So let me work with this. I'll put some music on for you and I'll be right back. Okay, we got that straight. Now here is some mink that is in here, and you've got a light side and a dark side. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more contrast and add the dark side in. And I'm going to stick these or place these, I think, underneath here quite a bit. And lift these up. I think I got taped too close to the side. All right. I like that. So let me put a little bit of glue on here. one down. And I think I'm going to add a white one over in here too. Yep, I like that. Sorry, I was just checking my video to make sure it's still going. Just got to check on those things every once in a while. You know what, I put my periwinkle ink over here off the side thinking I might use it, but I love that it matches. I love that all of the close to my heart inks match, but I just I think I'm going to keep it clean and you know, not so much going on. So let me add this over here. Okay, I think the official name for these are flourishes, but I call them the curly cues. You guys have an extra name for these that you like to use? In decorating, when we had these in my old career as an interior designer, these were like on a damask print. But right now, they're curly cues. Okay, let's tuck this underneath here. And let's add another white like we've done up here. Let me see where I might like that. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna just slightly put that up. I don't want to put the liquid glue over the photo. I did that the other day, big mistake. This is an original photo. There we go. Now, what I'm gonna do over here on the side, it's just bothering me that this might be off. No, it's still okay. So what I want to do over here is I'm going to add one of these flourishes again over here. I'm going to squeeze it in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the stats over here about, you know, where I was born, the time, that kind of thing. And these again are some punch out die cuts that came in the workshop. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and I printed out all of the stats on my computer on some white daisy cardstock. So what I'm going to do is glue these up here at the top, and then I'm going to layer them on. So let me get all this together and I'll be right back with you. Let me see if I can scoot that. The joys of working with liquid glue. You can kind of move things around as you need to. So like I said, this is a fast project. Just after finding out all the information about birth parents, trying to document everything as best I can. I think we have it. I think that's it. So there you go. So that is from the Sweet Memories Scrapbooking Workshop, or I call them the kits, but they're labeled workshops in the catalog. So this will, I'll have a cover sheet going into the album that reflects back on my life, and then this will be the first page after that. So there you go. Please, if you have any questions, leave them below. Any comments, leave them below. And I would love it if you would subscribe and come along for the journey. And all the links for the products that I've used will be down below, with the exception of the ribbon. Don't know where that came from. Had that forever. But I'll leave it down there, and I would appreciate it if you do use the links when you're shopping. It means a lot to me. And there you go. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great day. And after this, by the way, just hang in there and we'll have some still shots of this, and I'll put those up after the video.